Hey, what's up? I'm Shawn.
And I'm Dale from Seether.
And you are watching the Kerrang podcast.
Shawn, Dale from Seether. We're going to talk about the latest album, Finding Beauty in Negative Spaces.
Yeah.
You wrote 60 songs for that album.
Yeah.
How did you sort of whittle down to the final 12? Was it quite an arduous process?
It's easy to whittle down 60 to 12 because about 20 of them sucked.
Right.
The songs, I think. No, there was just stuff that wasn't going to fit on this album, and stuff that wasn't didn't go along with the mood. Thanks, bud. With the mood of the vibe, the mood of the vibe we were going for this time. There was a feeling that we got from the songs we picked that was kind of coherent, and there were some songs that were maybe too heavy for us at the time, I think, to be on this album. There were some that were not, that were maybe the opposite end of that spectrum. So we just picked the 12 that all of us felt comfortable with, like the band, management, record company, and producer. We're all going to say so.
Yeah. From the title of the album, it seems to be kind of a sense of optimism, even in like people's darkest times. Is that a fair sort of assumption to make?
It was the title kind of always comes about when you try and sum up either the album or the writing process for that album. So this just for me was like a philosophical change in becoming more, trying to find reasons to keep going and doing things rather than finding reasons to stop doing things.
Yeah.
Which I think more often than not we always find reasons to say, and throw in the towel and move on to the next thing. Whereas I think it takes more effort sometimes to try and find the positive things. But that's kind of the idea. That's kind of hopefully the idea I'm going for. So, and the music I think reflected that, and the mood of the album was just seemed to be more positive.
Cool. So the album's recorded with Howard Benson, who's recorded, say, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge with My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
What was the experience like working with Howard in the studio? Did you sort of make a good partnership, the band and him?
He's cool. He's a weirdo, but he's cool. he used to do this thing with
flexible.
He's very flexible. He does this thing where he stands and he puts his foot up against on the back of a chair. Really high chairs too, but he's super tall. He used to be a rocket scientist for NASA.
Really?
Yeah, really. And then that's what's kind of weird and creepy about it. Great producer, man. Great guy. We had a lot of fun. He was, the way he did an album was he did an album with us rather than doing a Howard Benson album and then screw the band.
Yeah.
So that's always pleasant as far as the experience goes, if you have somebody who's a team player rather than somebody who's just recruiting you to add to their repertoire.
Yeah. Did he have a kind of a whiteboard with equations on
no,
the perfect
we
song?
actually we have a board that you write all the song names on.
Yeah.
And you have blocks that you stick in a picture. When, for example, like guitars are done, you put in a. We had a bunch of gay porn.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful. I've never seen such a marvelous collection of cocks before. It was a cock montage.
Yeah.
Some obviously were bigger, so they had to take up 2 or 3 blocks. But we just had
We were like 12-year-olds.
Yeah. So every time somebody came into the studio that wasn't 18, we had to hire that board. But no, he's a great guy. Knew what we wanted so much so that we were in the studio and he played a song back. Actually played right above the spec in the studio, and it like literally made me cry in front of because he pretty much got exactly what we were going for.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened before.
Yeah.
So it was a really cool.
Was it a strange scene to see the front man weeping in front of a wall of penises?
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, it's just Friday night and our tour bus, man.
Yeah.
A lot of weeping
in front of penises.
That's how we roll.
Hi, Mom.
So
my mom doesn't have internet.
Seems like a good segue, but just recorded a cover of George Michael's. It's Careless Whisper.
That's a great segue, right?
Yeah. A cover of Careless Whisper for Valentine's Day. Is romance a sort of an integral part of Seether's outlook?
It's funny, that song was always kind of a running joke between Shawn and I, from way back, because of
George Michael.
Because George Michael's
sexual
connotation,
orientation.
So we'd always it would come on the radio and we'd, call up and just hold the phone at the radio and
Right.
I got many voicemails.
sax solo would be playing on the other side.
Yeah, the sax solo was really what sold us on the song.
Yeah.
Will you be incorporating that in your version?
No, we did it with guitar, which is it's kind of cool because Troy played it a real sort of dirgy, so it's not pretty and clean like the sax in the original. But we just chose it because it's funny, man. It's like we got told we can do a serious love song or we can do an anti-love song. So we just said, without even hesitating, we didn't hesitate at all. We just said it's got to be Careless Whisper, man. And because we'd actually been doing it, we've been messing around with it in rehearsals just because we thought it was funny. And I must say, I'm actually pleasantly surprised how it turned out. I think it's
a good song.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
And George Michael needs the money. So
Yeah.
I thought we'd support it.
Definitely.
Actually, Andrew Ridgely, the other guy in Wham, needs more money.
The forgotten man of pop. If you go on Seether.com, there's links to a kind of promotional video you've made for the song involving your hands, which doesn't sound as creepy as it sounds. But whose idea was it to do a kind of a hand puppet?
I just had the idea for it because we do so many videos for songs, and it seems kind of cheesy. So we were just in the dressing room and we had some Sharpies lying around, so we figured we just make puppet versions of ourselves. And funny enough, some people didn't get it. Like it was supposed to, there really was no meaning behind it. Beyond it was supposed to be a piss take of ourselves and of this song, and you know what I mean. It's just it's a fun song. It's a fun scenario that we did it for. Although Valentine's Day always did kind of remind me of how little I was loved.
Right.
I think I used to get a Valentine's card every year from my mom. That didn't really help too much.
So, what kind of tips would you have for viewers come February the 14th? It's a difficult day for many men to get the mood right. What surefire things can you advise us on?
I would advise dumping girlfriend on the 13th and then getting back with girlfriend on the 15th.
Right.
That way you save yourself the hassle. Or no, chocolate. You gotta be new age. You gotta think new. You gotta think Curves membership. It says I love you. And it's to look after yourself.
What about Ultimate Fighting Championship match?
That's what give them front row season tickets to Ultimate Fighting.
Yeah.
That's something you can do that you can both share.
I think it's a great idea.
I'm gonna get on there. She's always bitching about you not spending enough time with her. I mean, that way you could go with her.
Or you could enter them for the actual competition.
Yeah, totally. That'd be awesome.
So love is a cage match. I'm sure there's a metaphor.
Exactly.
Looking all that.
Love is a cage match.